So this is my WWE Night of Champions review, and I think the last match kind of saved the show. Like this was a 3.5 show for me. If for not this match, it would have been a 3 out of 5. A very enjoyable match, a very good innovative finish, like kept me surprised. It was also a very good match, like akin to the restrictions that both of them had. Like you can say that it was finisher city, but it was also because you could see that Cena cannot do more in the ring. But I think they worked well within their own limitations, and the distractions made sense, and the ending, like, it was great. Like, some people were saying that Penta was buried because he lost to Braun Breaker, who is the future of the company, clean in a match on Raw. And here he comes out doing the slow walk on a save, of all things. Uh, look, Looked like he was getting his ass kicked by Braun Breaker, but then Sami Zayn comes out. They brawl to like the side of the stage. Then Penta jumps over the top, taking both of them out. And also you had then John giving AA to Bronson Reed, and the way he gave him that AA, like I felt like his back gave out. It was very impressive. And then you just had Cena and Punk standing in the ring, them having that moment. But it is kind of stupid. Why would CM Punk go for like a handshake and a hug in between a match? Of course, the referee is out, but the match is not over. Like, you still have to fight him, but then even at the elimination chamber, they did that. Before they fought, they did shake hands and hug, and it was good. They hugged. Cena had the same elimination chamber look that he had against Cody, and then he went for the dick kick, but Punk caught him. Then Seth came because Cena had gave him an AA before. Seth came, stomped his ass, and Cena like threw Seth out of the ring and escaped with the title. I do want to know, like, first of all, the people who are saying that you're wasting a bloodline rules finish on CM Punk and John Cena, like it is the worst thing to happen. Cena's matches since he has turned heel has had involved interferences, and this match, like, anyways, like, the only time Seth teased a cash in was when he came out, like after the promo segment that Cena and Punk did. He has have been having interactions with people like Cody, who is involved in that undisputed championship picture. Like, how did you think that Seth would not get involved there, where this is the title which he has been focusing on since Money in the Bank? Like, it just made sense for Seth to interfere here. Like, he has a beef with Punk. Like, he clearly doesn't care about Cena. And I think what this match did was it also like laid the seeds of a future babyface turn of John Cena. Like, he didn't like when Seth came out, like him doing the babyface things, like CM Punk just on his knees, Cena with the belt, but then him throwing the belt outside the ring. Like, this clearly lays out Cena babyface turn, and you can see that. I can see Cena being eventually, after losing the title, being taken out by either Logan or by Seth's faction, and then he returns at War Games, like team. It's either Team Cody versus Team Seth or Team Roman versus Team Seth, and you do that. Like, it just makes sense. Like, this overbooked finish won't have make sense. Like, what happened at like the Randy Orton match. Like, our truth, like coming in there to save Cena in a WWE Championship match, just felt out of the universe, because it felt like, okay, Artuf is having these funny segments, but like, it's just not that you would have him interfere in the match. I give this match 4 out of 5 stars. So this made sense here, and in the end, Cena escaped. Seth, and now the path is clear to SummerSlam. It's CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, and I can see CM Punk taking the win. I think because you're gonna have two returns there. One, LA Knight is gonna return. He's probably gonna take out Bronson Reed in the match, and Roman Reigns is gonna return. That will cause Punk to beat Seth Rollins. That's what's gonna happen. I can also see maybe Seth cashing in on the Undisputed Championship match anyways, because first night you can have the old Roman returns and everything, and then Seth either between the Cody Cena match or after the Cody Cena match cashes in, becomes the Undisputed Champion, or maybe he cashes in on Gunther, because I don't know who Gunther faces. Like he after Goldberg, who is there? Like maybe Sammy. You can have Sammy there. Like maybe Sammy is close, and then Seth just cashes it. You can do that also. Like there are a lot of like pathways. There are a lot of different storylines where this can go for. It just made sense, man. Like the kick out at the third AA, like where he like lifted him up, like that got me, because I felt like they're not gonna bury Punk, but this is the third AA. Like maybe they are burying Punk, like they were like replaying his Saudi apology things, but no. CM Punk kicked out. Like this was probably Cena's best match since coming back, apart from like the Elimination Chamber and everything. Probably the best singles match since he has come back here. Now the path is clear. It's Cena versus Cody at SummerSlam. Now let's go to the rest of the matches. I do think now going forward, this is what's gonna happen. Like I can see at Saturday night's main event, it's gonna be CM Punk, Penta, and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. Like I can easily see that match happening there. You can easily do that match, and you can give the Seth's faction a win there. Like I don't think it will make that much of a difference. Like you can give that win, you can do shenanigans and everything. You can have that. And Seth was such an asshole, like him like slowly coming to the ring, like taking his like jacket off. I'm like, yeah man, this asshole taking his jacket off slowly. Like John Cena like eating a running Charles Robinson was very funny after the fact. And now let's go to the rest of the matches. Asuka versus Jade, I think it was a fine match. It was a fast-paced match. The pin at the end was a little bit like, I get what she was doing. Like it was like fast, like do it, like I'm gonna win pin. I think this could have gone 5 minutes more. It felt like an abrupt ending. If this went 5 minutes more, it could have been like a great match. Like it could have been like a 4+ star match if this went 5 minutes more. The thing is, the crowd gave nothing to Jade. Like this crowd was like silent between the Jade versus Asuka match, but it still gave Asuka cheers and between the silence. But this crowd gave nothing to Jade, no reaction, apart from like her line where she said like we all fight and everything. Like besides that, nothing. One thing that Jade has to do, like it does feel like she gives her promos in her normal voice, but then in between she tries to do like I am a face wrestler giving a promo while still having the normal voice. If you're doing that, then change the tone of your voice. Otherwise you just feel like someone who is reading a script. That's what you feel like. But Jade has won. Like I can easily see Tiffany versus Trish happening, Tiffany winning, and Naomi cashing in and becoming the women's champion at Evolution. Like if, and then you can have Naomi versus Jade at SummerSlam. But I don't think that is the direction, because what do you do there? Like if you're not having like Bianca interfere and cause Jade to lose against Naomi, I don't think they're thinking that. I think what's gonna happen is, I think Bianca is gonna come back, and I think either at Evolution it's gonna be Bianca versus Naomi, or at SummerSlam, and there Bianca beats Naomi. But at Tiffany versus Jade, Naomi cashes in and like either prevents her from winning, like turning it into a triple threat or something, or like DQing it and then cashing in on Tiffany and then winning the championship. I do think that's the program. like one thing Jade has to do is like she has to give her 100% because they are really like putting everything behind her, man. Like she has been in that like women's title picture like around it, and then with Naomi like since WrestleMania she has been having these interactions. Like she has to give her 100%. Like because okay, this was Saudi Arabia, this was an anomaly, but eventually like when you become the champion, eventually when you're given like the reins, like it won't take much time if you're not like that good enough for the crowd to eventually go go through you, so you have to like lock in. Then the rest of the matches, Sami Zayn versus Cross, I think it was serviceable. It was not bad, it was not good. Like it was slow in between, but it was, but I don't think it was good enough for like management to see and be like, oh man, we've got to give Karen Cross a big push. But it was not bad enough that uh, like management can be like, yeah man, let's just fire him. Because the thing is that Karen Cross's gimmick, like the devil on your shoulder, like it can work even with losses, even without no, even without title feuds. In a way it kind of feels like this feud is over because Sami Zayn just straight up beat Karen Cross. Like Karen Cross was like admitted that you're a liar. He went to like the corner and Sami Zayn kicked Helluva kicked him in surprise. Though as a heel, Karen Cross can always say that you just won because I was distracted. Like I wanted to. You won because of you used your hate against me rather than their love. You used the hate that I have against you to win or something like that. But the thing is, it does feel like it has wrapped a little bit of a bow on this feud. You can still do because otherwise I don't see what Karen Cross to do. Like Karen Cross, apart from that, he can go with AJ Styles, he can go with Logan Paul, but then it just would feel a little bit absurd that Sami just beat him and moves on. Because I do think like Sami Zayn heel turn has been like mentioned a lot. I don't agree with it, but I don't know what they do. Like one thing is Karen Cross has to do, like he has to get more into shape. He has to become a little bit more fast. Like he is much faster than before, a little bit more. And another thing that he needs to add moves to his repertoire. He has a good side back slow suplex. Even he has a good German suplex. But then in between, like in heat spots, he just punches. I think it would have been better for the match if he had like other moves. It would have like resulted in a much better flow of the match. You had Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez as well, which was I didn't really like watch this match because I was in the washroom. I was like shifting things, but the final Riptide was good. You're not getting any Slim Jim table snap into it ads on Saudi television. The thing is, like, I thought that what would happen was Roxanne will interfere, but then Nikki Bella will interfere, resulting in Rhea winning. I never doubted that. But what happened was Roxanne interfered and Rhea beat Raquel anyways. So again, she overcome the numbers advantage. Though they can now do a storyline where you can do Rhea versus Roxanne at Raw, Raquel interferes, disqualification, then Nikki Bella comes out, and then you set up a tag match at Evolution. I do think that's the direction, but it's just like Rhea won despite the interference. Though Raquel looks strong, but then Rhea won anyways. So even though I would have felt much better if Rhea won because Nikki Bella came out and like take took out Roxanne, then Raquel like is surprised, then Rhea turns her around, Riptide and wins. That would have been better than this. But I, from what I have heard, match was not bad. Then you Jacob versus Solo. The only thing is that storyline wise, it makes sense for Jacob to win. It's just that I do not really like the story. Another thing is that it's just not plausible to me the way that Jacob has been booked. That he's having like a 50-50 match with Solo. Like Solo is like 50-50, like he's walking over him in the match, like dominating him at certain times because he has been booked so strong. Like no one really got offense on him. Like even in his WrestleMania match against LA Knight, LA Knight didn't get really offense. Even in that fatal four way, like people like Drew or Damien got, LA didn't got anything. So it's a little bit weird to me. And uh, the match was fine. It was not bad. And then the ending, you had Tangaloa come out, like he gave like a some kind of like a draping neck breaker suplex. Solo pinned, but Jacob kicked out. And then Hikuleo, I would say Hikuleo was impressive. First, he's so tall, and that choke slam was really good on the table. I would say. One thing was that Braun Breakers and Bronson Reed's like double choke slam was not that good on CM Punk. They were not able to grip him. It was good, and one thing is just that they kind of like they protected Jacob so much, and then they gave his first pinfall loss to Solo. I do get what's the final destination of this bloodline thing. The thing is that I think the people who have problem with this story is because they think that this story is like ever continuing. People should realize the bloodline story ended when Roman defeated Solo Sikoa. They have not called themselves the bloodline after that. Solo Sikoa has not been referred to as the tribal chief. They have not talked about their Samoan family tree or anything. Like now, that was a battle of being the tribal chief between factions of a family. But now that battle is over, and now it's more about the interpersonal dynamics of two people who are now together but who are not fighting for the power. Now they are an offshoot. So the bloodline story is over, but they had this like family conflicts, which is not for any like Samoan dynasty power. It is about wrestling things, like kind of like what other like brother factions or like friend factions have. So I think people who don't really like that, I think should see it from that perspective. I also don't really like that, but I get it because they are getting ratings. Their faction is like even there are passive YouTubers who are like, how long will this go? But at the same breath, they will be like, oh, they should have Solo win, have Hikodio and everything. Like they're still excited about that, not like excited, but they're still like, oh, there's something intriguing. So till that those aspects doesn't go away, this will continue. And I do think what Triple H's plan is to have this Solo Sikoa group kind of be the Judgment Day of SmackDown, and like they're the heater group essentially. Like whoever is the rising baby face can like have a feud with them, like get to that upper echelon and go. Or people who were in the upper echelon now need kind of a break, like can have like a hot feud with them, and then when they are needed, they go up again. And people who they think can be like bigger stars out of them, like they can use this Solo Sikoa group platform to like eventually become that, like get over with the crowd, like learn on the job, become that, and then branch off. Like I do think they see that quality in JC Mateo and Hikuleo, and eventually they will branch off from the bloodline. The thing is that JC Mateo is very like one dimensional and funny, like he waddled to the ring. His interference also didn't work. And I think one thing is that the story will have to end at SummerSlam because what can you do with the solo US title? Like, I just don't get what you can do. I think this is more to like give Solo and his like new like faction a little bit of credence, and then you give like Jacob his title back, and then you move forward with that. Then you can have Solo's group feud with like people from like people who they have called up from NXT, who they want to get over. They can do that. So I do think that's the goal. Like you're gonna have some like tags at Saturday night's main event or SmackDown, like have Jimmy involved there, maybe get Jay back there. Like you could do stuff with that. Then you also had Cody versus Randy, which I will give a 3.5 out of 5. That is not a bad rating. It was a good match. Like it told a story. One thing is that the crowd was so loud that they were loud to the extent like they became that crowd that was like they will cheer on every move while they were having a match. which was not designed to do that, which kind of hurt my like watching experience on many matches. Like I get you're so excited, but then please, like silent a little bit, not that silent like between the women's matches that they got, but a little bit. So it was a good match. Like it really told like two stories. First, that Cody will not hesitate. Like he will go. Like the story was told that Randy Orton's back was not good. Like he will not hesitate to target a weakness of the opponent's body, be it if he's close to him or not. But he will not cheat. Second is that Randy will cheat, but he will not like cross the line like in the ring. Like he hesitated to give the punt kick, which cost him, which cost him a little bit. But he did not hesitate to have the chair as a distraction to take off the ring ropes. And Cody was like, okay, you trying to use the ring ropes, I'll just send you there and give you the crossroads there. So did Cody cheat? Kind of not, because he did it in front of the referee, and it was essentially Randy tried to push him, he just pushed him instead, and Cody won. And in the end, you can see Randy's face that he was like a little bit of. "Rrr." Cody was getting a little bit of boost, but it was not those boost that we are like through with you. You're not the baby face. It was like because they love Randy so much. And in the end, even he got his sung. He got the Cody Rhodes chants also. A little bit of boost. Like I don't think it is anything to be alarmed about. And he also like after winning, he crowd were a little bit silent. They were booing a little bit. They had a loud cheer like when he won, and then like when he like acknowledged Randy and was like, I'm the king of the ring, and then they had like a huge cheer for him. So I like that. So overall, I would say the show got bumped to a 3.5 out of 5 because of the John Cena CM Punk match. I would say storylines progressed, a lot of shenanigans happened, weird show because of the crowd reactions and everything, but a show like you can recommend people to like watch matches from. And if you like recommend a pay-per-view, like it can be a fun watch for people as well. I would give that. So that was my review. What did you think about the show? Tell me in the comment section. So if you like this type of content, like this video, share and subscribe. If you don't, then share it for those who do. My social media accounts, which are my Twitter/X account and my Instagram account, links are in the description. So go donate. So go follow me on that. My UPI ID link, which is SharpBoy@OKICICI, is in the description also. So go donate any amount of money which can help me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it from me for today. So thank you. Goodbye. Hello.